Yes, sir.
Hello, everyone. This is Attorney Gehi, and welcome to today's show. And welcome to Green Card with Gehi. And today we're going to discuss about the L1A, and that is super important for people who want to start their branch office in the United States of America. So, as mentioned last time, today our focus is going to be foreign companies who are interested in starting the branch office in the US. And today with me, I have managing attorney, Suriya Rahman. Suriya, welcome. And today, we're going to talk about, how a foreign corporation can start a branch in the United States of America. So Suriya will turn this into a question and answer session so that our viewers can clearly understand. And the good news is that if your friends, folks, if you're watching live today, and if you've missed it, feel free to share this with your friends and with your colleagues, because today's session is going to be very, very important, especially for companies that are interested in starting their offices in the US. Suriya and I have helped many, many corporations to establish branch offices. And the best way to reach us is Suriya, S-U-R, remember S-U-R-Y-I-A, not S-U-R-I-Y-A, S-U-R-Y-I-A @gehilaw.com. So that's the way you can reach us, or you can also send an email to info@gehilaw.com if you want to start a branch office in the US. So there are things that you may learn from us, which you may not have found, on other platforms. So Suriya, here are the basics. Take an example about a company, and that company is located in Australia, or that company is located in India, or anywhere in the world. Now, there's a managing director in that company sitting in India, and he is the head of the IT company. IT is information technology. This can also apply to any other type of company. This person is sitting on his desk in India, for example, in Hyderabad, or if he's sitting in Sydney, Australia. He thinks that he wants to grow his company. Now, what should he do? The very first thing you need to do is to make sure that you are capable of establishing your business in the United States. Now, what does that mean? Is that you'll have to trade with the United States. Is it necessary that you're already trading with the United States? The answer is no. So the first thing that comes to your mind is that I want to start doing business with America. The second good important thing, Suriya, about the L1A is you don't have to invest that $1 million which is needed. And in a lot of these countries, there's a big misconception that, go with the investor's visa. Do you know that the L1A may be faster than the investor's visa, Suriya? Do you agree with me on that? Because we can just wrap it up by premium processing or whatnot if it's available. I'm just taking an example, or at the most 5 to 6 months a year. But an investor's visa may take longer. What would you say on that, Suriya?
Oh, sorry, I was having sound. Yes, absolutely. It could be, you could move as fast as within 14 to 15 business days with premium processing. Correct.
So in 3 to 4 months, you can be here from the time your paperwork was completed. So now, It is not even necessary for the person to be coming to the United States to do this. What we can do at the first level is, now you're sitting over there, you're the head of this IT, you decided that you want to start a branch office. We only cater to companies which are mid-sized and big. If you're a very small company, you may lose your money, and it's not even worth the time and aggravation to reach us. So you're sitting over there. The most important question is that, Mr. Gehi, what do I need to start the company? Number one is that you need to have a game plan. By the word game plan, what I mean is that you need to make sure that you need to come up with the objectives of your company, what your objective is in starting the branch office in the United States. And for example, if you're in the seafood business, you're in the manufacturing business, you need to put a plan together that, Mr. Gehi, I want to come to America and I see a huge market and I've already serviced some clients in the US. Excellent. So I'm a garment exporter and have these clients in the US and have these 70 people on my payroll in India. Excellent. So I want to come in. I'm going to start my office in Manhattan. Fantastic. The heart of the world. Beautiful place. You're here. Then you get in touch with us. Send us an email or call us at 718-263-5999, a number. And then we start talking. And please reach us out if you're a big company. If you're someone who's new, it's just going to waste your time and our time. And it may not even happen, and we don't want to spoil your visa status. And Suriya was a former immigration officer. She's worked for the US government in the past. And we make sure that we follow very high standards in our firm. But remember, being an officer doesn't mean that we can guarantee you any results, but we can guide you based upon the experiences together. So that's very important. Now, you've decided now. The second thing what the government wants to see from your perspective as a managing director or as a top director who's coming to start a branch office in the US, they want to see that you are actually a manager. What is a manager? In layman's term, it's someone who is a person who's very intelligent, someone who's commanding a good salary, someone who has people working under him, and someone who is an entrepreneur. This is my personal kind of word which I'm using to make life easy for you folks. And someone who has a vision, he's a visionary. Anytime I think about the word manager Suriya, it reminds me of Julius Caesar, who said, I came, I saw, I conquered. How do you like that as a manager, Suriya? Good words?
That exactly describes the manager's role.
That is correct. So now you're sitting on your ID desk, whether in Hyderabad or in Bangalore or in Sydney, or you're in Perth, you're listening to me, or you're in the UK, you're in London, you're looking at the show. Then what we do for you now, you've decided, yes, I meet Mr. Gehi's credentials, that my company has done very well. I can even share the tax returns with you. One common problem which I see, and we do not entertain those people, are people who do not show their taxes. They don't do that. Don't come to us, please. We work with companies that basically have enough employees on the books. We want to show that you've been in business for at least 5 years in our case, because we may do your visa, but when you go to the consulate, if they feel that this is a new company and I don't feel that there's something wrong over here, your visa may be denied. So be careful. Be safe rather than sorry. You approached us. What do we do for you? We have a discussion with you. We call it the goals and objectives meeting with us. What are your goals? And you say, okay, I want to rent an office. We can refer you to a broker. See, this is where we come in. We can refer you to an accountant out here. Start communicating with the accountant. Now, one question that somebody asked, and this is critically important for some countries, wherein they cannot transfer money. Very important question. Do I need to put in $300,000 to start the company? The answer is no. The good thing about the L-1A is that you just need enough money to have an office, pay your lawyer, and have running expenses for the company. See how easy we make it for you. And you're in Hyderabad now, or you're in Sydney, Perth. We got your paperwork. we reviewed your resume, that we made sure that we gave you the game plan of this is what your objectives are. Then the next thing what the government is expecting you is to have an office in America. So we can either apply for a visit visa to come to America, or even we can kind of basically serve as your power of attorney, or we can get things done for you on Zoom. Look at this. Or your relative or representative can come in. You got the lease signed. You're very happy about it. And then at the same time, what you did is that you have this business plan, everything done. And then after that, you come here, your bank account gets into order after the corporation is formed. We can help you to inform the corporation over here. Corporation gets formed, you're good to go. Then the next thing is, what happens is that we review your lease, we make sure everything is good, especially if in New York, we can even review your leases out there, and we are done. So what we do for you is, besides immigration in New York, we also provide you that entire setup support, which is not provided by a lot of law firms. As long as hand-holding, that's what our clients like about us. Or even if you're in another state, we can provide you with a residential lawyer or a commercial attorney who can review leases out there. You're done with that. Now comes the important part, filing the petition. The L-1A, we're talking about L-1A managers today. So before that, what we do, we have a thorough check to see whether you're actually a manager, you work for the company for more than 1 year, well and dandy and great. Now, there's one good thing about the L-1A visa. The L-1A follows the dual intent doctrine. So people ask me, Mr. Gehi, what is this dual intent doctrine? So do you know what's the dual intent doctrine? Why don't you tell our viewers, what is the dual intent doctrine?
Yeah, so every visa comes with either it can be immigrant or non-immigrant. What does that mean? An immigrant visa, you're telling the US government, please give me this visa because I want to live in the United States permanently. Non-immigrant visa, you're telling the United States, please give me this visa so I can come temporarily, do what I need to do, and then leave the United States. Most visas are one or the other. The L-1 visa, as Mr. Gehi described, is dual intent. So you can have both immigrant and non-immigrant intent. You can have a separate petition pending while you also apply for L-1. So that is one advantage of this visa.
That's good. I think, can you see me, Suriya, on my screen?
Yes, I can see you.
All right, good. I think I lost my screen, but anyway, I'll continue. So what Suriya is saying over here is very, very important, is that the dual intent doctrine is very important over here. And under the dual intent doctrine, in layman's terms, you can even tell the immigration officer that, listen, I am going to live in the United States. And the officer is going to tell you, he cannot stop you from getting the visa. He cannot stop you from getting the visa because the law allows you to come and live and work in the United States of America. The other important thing, but what I like about this visa, is that your spouse can come in on an L2 visa, which is very, very important. And under this L2 visa, what will be done is that she can work in the United States and she can live in the United States. And after that, the other important thing is that you have children under the age of 21. So if these wonderful kids want to go to college or they want to go to school in America, fantastic. So now your kids also get a chance to go to school in the US. I think this is fantastic what people like, about this particular visa. And it's a great asset. And I believe one needs to explore this opportunity very well. So, Suriya, how do you like the benefit when children are allowed to go to school? And do you also know one other thing, Suriya, that they don't, like the spouse doesn't have to work in the company. She can work with anybody else or in any other company and she can be good to go. How do you like that?
That's a great advantage. You don't have to, your family does not have to put their life on hold for this visa. They can come, go to school, maintain their own jobs. Meanwhile, you're growing this business as a manager, as an executive.
That's very important. And that's what I like about this visa category. The other important thing is that, sometimes people get this visa for a period of 1 year. Sometimes they get it for a period of 3 years. So why does the government give you 1 year sometimes? Because when they doubt your abilities, this is my personal analysis, I've seen that they make it kind of a little difficult for people. And they tell them, okay, I'm going to give you 1 year, prove yourself and that you're an asset to the United States. So that is one reason why people sometimes get the 1 year. But if you get the 3 years, what you need to do, get in touch with a lawyer who can regularly counsel you, because the biggest hiccup is later on, they may not help you to renew your visa if you do not do enough business in the US. So Suriya, can you tell us why does immigration look at that so carefully?
They are concerned with a bona fide application. If you're establishing a new business, they might be inclined to grant a 1 year stay. Whereas if it's a already established business, they might grant for up to 3 years.
I agree with you, because they want to see that the business that you are doing is kosher, which means it's a real legitimate business. And secondly, they also want to make sure that you're a real entrepreneur, whether you can grow the company. Third very important reason why they do that, Suriya, based on my experience, is because they want to make sure that you hire enough people to grow your company and contribute towards the betterment of the United States, which makes a lot of sense to me. How do you see this? And they want to see that that taxes are being paid and the person is an asset to the company.
That's right. At the end of the day, this visa program is to help the U.S. economy. So they want to ensure that, this enterprise is doing exactly that.
That is correct. And other than that, I feel is that there are a few other things that people need to know about the L-1A. And this is such a great visa. And half the time I've seen that people don't have the right lawyers because they take up any case and they say, okay, I can do it for you. And that's where the problem happens. So now there's another big advantage of the L-1A visa. Are you ready for that, Suriya? Are you ready, Suriya, to listen?
Absolutely.
All right. Do you know, if you come in under the L-1A category, you do not need a labor certification. And secondly, if you're from a country like India, if you're coming in on an L-1A, that's brilliant, because the priority dates for India are very much backed up under the employment-based immigration category. So when people talk to me about the L-1A visa category, I tell them it's like taking the flight to the United States and coming in business class or in first class. But if you're coming in an H-1B, you're coming in the coach category out here. How do you like that?
That's accurate. Yes.
That's very accurate, right? So if you are that entrepreneur who has this company, and if you want to make your mission possible to the United States, start thinking about the L-1A visa. And you are the Tom Cruise, and we will make sure that we'll be your director, and we'll make sure that you get to Hollywood. If you don't want to get to Hollywood, come to New York and enjoy with us, in this big apple that we live in. How do you like that, Suriya?
That sounds pretty good.
So are you ready to be the director for the next Tom Cruise movie for people who want to move to the United States?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why not, right? Okay. So now let's talk about this, that now you're sitting in your office in Sydney and you've decided to come to the US, or if you're in the UK, or if you're in Africa, or if you're in China, if you're in Korea, or you're in Vietnam, or any country. The beauty is that the L-1A applies to any and every country in the world. Doesn't matter where you come from. So it's not restricted by countries like how the E2 visa is. So that's another big advantage of the L1A. Now, talking about the green card process under the L1A category, the good thing is that when you apply for a green card, your spouse, your children under 21 can also qualify for the green card. But remember, it's very important for you to work with very good lawyers. The big reason behind it is that good lawyers will guide you from day one when you come into this country. There's a very good saying in English that time flies. There's a very good saying in English that time flies. The reason I'm repeating is that when you are at the end of the tunnel and if you don't have room to breathe, of course, you're going to choke. So before you choke, make sure that if you're here on an L1A, start planning accordingly. If you're already in the United States on an L1A, and if you're planning to get your green card, we can still help you. Or if you're a foreign corporation, like an IT consulting company, or if you're any business that already has people working in the US, we can assist you with the L1A program. Next time we're going to talk about the L1B, because this is such an important topic that I feel that these topics need a lot of time and explanation. Another thing that I'm going to talk about, what are the most common reasons why people get an RFE, which means request for evidence, in L1A matters, because a lot of clients come to us when they get this request for evidence. That generally happens when you did not. Sometimes that happens when you did not give all the information in your paperwork. And the immigration officer is suspicious about basically, your activities in the company. If you're in that situation, if you got an RFE, send it over to us at info@gehilaw.com. Call us or send it to Surya at gehilaw.com, and we can take a look at it and we can assist you with an L1A visa. So the bottom line is that L1 is a very good visa, and I think it can really help you if you want to settle in the United States. Look at the big plus. You didn't have to go for the investor's visa because you are a successful businessman in your country and you're doing business, which is close to $3 million, excellent. $2 million, excellent. You have these 40 or 50 people working for you, excellent. You have these 35 people working for you, excellent. But if you could have 2 people working for you and your gross is $25,000 a year, please do not consider it. Ultimately, what I've seen is when the government looks at it, they look at the totality of circumstances before they grant you this visa. This is my personal analysis, but I've seen it's very difficult for people who don't have a very strong financial foundation, or people who say that, well, I've like $20 billion, but I don't report it. Please do not even apply for that visa. Because ultimately, you're going to be denied and it may not be working in your best interest. Explore some other avenues, but I wouldn't recommend you to go for the L1. Suriya, anything else you'd like to add to this? Unfortunately, my screen is a bit messed up because of Zoom, but I think you'll have to take up any questions. You can answer them, or you can read out the questions and I'll be happy to answer them.
Sure. Let me go ahead and take a look to see if there are any questions. Okay, we have a question. Who qualifies as an executive?
All right. Generally, a person who said it's the same thing, who's working in a top-notch capacity in a company, who's supervising people, who makes lead decisions in the company, someone who directs, analyzes, researches, reviews, basically the major kind of, and makes major decisions on behalf of the company. Someone who's as good as a manager.
Yes, and so there are some questions about the blanket L1.
All right, so you can always apply for a blanket L1. So if you have 6 people who want to come in as managers, you can do the blanket petition so that you have 6 people who can come in and you can come and work for the company here. And then blankets are generally good for people who already have an existing. Take an example of an IT company, and you have these 6 IT managers who want to come in. So a blanket petition can be extended if they have around 50 or 70 people to see that, hey, listen, we have so many people here, but we need managers to kind of supervise them. So in terms of companies which are already existing, they should consider blanket petitions.
Right. Another question we have here is I am on a B1 visa now, and a US company wants to hire me and apply for L1B status for specialized knowledge.
So
With
the question is that he should have worked for the foreign company for more than 1 year. Then only that company can sponsor him. Others, they cannot just come in and tell, welcome to our company and join us on an L1B. It doesn't work like this.
We do have a question about taxes. How is the US branch taxed?
All right. So the thing is that it depends on the treaty between the countries, because in some countries it's a single treaty wherein you can pay taxes in one country and you're fine. But in some countries you have to pay it like in both the countries depending on the profits you made. So those are accounting questions, and we have accountants who can work with you. And since time is running out, we had a great show today, folks. Remember L1A, whenever you think about an L1A, think about Gehi and Associates. Anytime you're thinking about an intra-company transfer, you want to set up your branch office in the United States. And remember, only if you're a mid-sized company or a big company, we'll be happy to help you. If you're very small, less than 5 employees, and you don't have a big turnover, if you're a diamond company, I can understand. But if you're that mom and pop store, which is making around 50,000 a year, it's not going to work. You'll be wasting your money. So this is NM Gehi Aspire from Gehi and Associates. We handle immigration matters from all over the United States and the world. And with me is Suriya Rahman. And also I need to thank our moderators for today and people who put this together for us, Priyanjali Guha Roy. And of course, we have Sisha over here and her team for making this happen today. Thank you, folks. And the advice in this webinar is general in nature, and it does not apply to any particular facts and circumstances. And this should not be considered as legal advice unless and until an attorney-client agreement is entered into between the parties. And remember, folks, prior results do not guarantee future outcome. Don't forget, we'll be back next week with some more news from the world of law. Next time, we are going to talk about L1Bs, which is an important topic. And we are also going to talk about investors' visas. Very important, investor visas, direct investment into the United States, and the L1B visa. That is our next week's topic. So if you're interested in coming directly to this country, on the investors visa, we'll talk to you about that. What is the difference between the regional center program and the direct investor? Why I'm going to point out to you, it's better for you to invest your own money rather than invest in the regional center, the pluses and the minuses. Why you should be careful when you go with the regional center. We are going to talk about all that. These are things you may not find in a lot of other webinars, and we'll be kind of, speaking to you about the meat and potatoes with total transparency as to why a lot of people prefer investing the monies on their own rather than going through a regional center. Watch us again, and remember, Green Card with Gehi will be back with you next week, same time, same place, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thank you so much. And don't forget our phone numbers 718-263-5999. Our website is gehilaw.com, GEHILAW.com. And if you want to email us, info@gehilaw.com or SURYIA@gehilaw.com. And if you like this video, share it amongst your friends. And don't forget to like us. We'll be back again next week. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.